Hold up.
Hey guys, it is Tristan with Nerdouts Newsstand, and this is a pretty interesting tidbit to come out of a Grant Morrison interview by a YouTuber I just luckily found today, Daniel Fee 33, and I will link the interview below, but it seems like the reason why his Superman and the Authority was made was ridiculous, but so DC Comics right now, it is something that I completely disagree with, but Dan Didio wanted to make Superman in the comics a right-wing tyrant. Let that sit in for a minute, because I have a couple questions in this video I want to talk about. Superman is a symbol of strength, compassion, inspiration. He is basically the antithesis of the idea that absolute power corrupts absolutely. But more than that, Superman is a conversation starter. The idea of how we view power, morality, and legality vary greatly from person to person, and that is why we have so many different versions of Superman. What is good and why it is good at the end of the day are subjective to one's personal ideals. One thing undeniable, though, is that Superman is known for having basically unlimited power and the highest morality amongst any person in mankind. The idea that morality being corrupted has led to Elseworld stories like Red Sun, read the book, don't watch the animated show, Injustice, and that atrocity we got from Zack Snyder. But that is not a true blue Boy Scout that we know and love, right? The idea that Dan Didio thought it would be smart to make Clark Kent's Superman a right-wing tyrant is kind of abhorrent. Superman has always been a symbol for the oppressed, help those that could not, whether it was financial or through strength, help themselves. Superman saves lives, not takes them through exclusive policies and tyrannical means of control and subjugation. But back to that whole, conversation starter, I try to frame my channel as a jumping off point a lot of times for bigger conversations. But if you had the power to basically do anything, what would you do? That's what I am curious about. And there is a point to all of these questions I am asking, so please just stick with me. Do you think Superman should follow the law? I would hope most realize by this point in our lives that legality does not equal morality. And just because something is legal does not necessarily mean that it is okay. And having Superman obey the law is kind of mind-blowing to me. He would have to stand by as people are tortured because he would have to follow the laws for every single country that he is in every single state that he visits. He would have to stand by and allow for police brutality, for torture, for genocide, for concentration camps. And then, if he doesn't follow the laws, what slippery slope does that actually lead to? His force upon any situation he deems immoral ever. Should Superman inject himself in overseas affairs? Going back to what I said just a second ago, yes, he should, and always has. What should Superman do in a no-win situation? And I truly mean a no-win situation. When death is on the table, which end of the table do you cut off? It's back kind of to that trolley question from Psych 101, right? And that is actually, I think, what Zack Snyder was going for, but he greatly failed to execute it. Would you kill one to save five? Would Superman, if he had no other choice? I would personally like to think yes, but a lot of those questions are not necessarily ever in stories. But my Superman would. It's a very weird thing, right? Why I'm asking all this? There's actually a point. Because Superman as a symbol works, right? but he's also a little bit of a Rorschach test. Ever hear people say, well, that's not my Superman? You're talking about whether it is John Kent or Red Sun, that's not my Superman. Zack Snyder's version, that is not my Superman. It's likely not because of the writer, maybe it could be, but it's likely because of the message that the writer is trying to convey. They say it's not my Superman when they usually disagree with the story, whether it is politically or ethically. Now, what is my Superman is Grant Morrison, All-Star Superman, one of the best Superman stories ever told. Peace on Earth, that's my Superman. Alex Ross, one of the greatest Superman stories ever told. Quite possibly it will be forever. But I think by the end of this, we can all agree that Red Sun or Injustice version of Superman, nobody said when they said what type of Superman story reflects you. And it would have been a travesty to have people like Dan Didio inject what seems to be his version of this Rorschach test into the DCU, into the DC Comics, into whatever he had planned with 5G, and we did see part of that come to light, and it is greatly changed, because the 5G version Superman we were getting was a right-wing tyrant. And thanks to the likes of people like Grant Morrison, whether or not you enjoyed Superman in the Authority, I did. I said plenty of times it made me giggle. Like he was literally we had Natasha Irons literally fighting body-shaming trolls. And it's ridiculous. And I loved every minute of it. If you don't like who he made as OMAC, I don't care. Because what could have happened to the DC Comics universe is a right-winged tyrant Superman. An authoritarian Superman for all comics leading forward. Can you imagine? Is that the Rorschach test behind Dan Didio's personal beliefs? Or is it something a little less malignant, for lack of a better terms? I don't know. I find this very amusing, and I find it very ridiculous all at the same time. But most of all, I find it fascinating that we are not getting it, and I am actually hopeful for what we are getting from Philip Kennedy Johnson. His Warworld saga, I've said it once, I'll say it again. You should absolutely be reading it. Anyways, let me know. Let me know if you were super into the right-wing tyrant. If you really wanted that to be your Superman. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm a little scared. I'm back away from you, but okay. All right. I will see you guys in the next one.